Welcome to SKML Chess Academy YouTube channel. In this video, we will be seeing the another important opening which is more famous nowadays, that is Caro-Kan defense. Now, let us see why there is a new opening. We have seen in the French defense, we had a problem of the C8 bishop. So to overcome this weakness, in 1885, Austrian player Marcus Kahn played a game against Jacques Mises at the 4th German Chess Congress in Hamburg in May 1885. First, we will see how the game went on, and later we will see how this Marcus Kahn uh, teamed up with Horatio Caro and developed this Carokan defense. That historical first Carokan defense has gone like this. E4, he played instead of E6, he played C6. So that in the next move, he will be playing D4 and develops his light square bishop. So that's avoiding the disadvantage of the French defense. But here, he is conceding the center. E4, C6, D4, D5, E5, bishop F5. Immediately developed his bishop to F5, bishop D3, bishop into D3, queen into D3, E6. I am just playing these moves. Let us analyze after. Let us see the variations of this Caro-Kan in the coming up videos. E6, he plays F4. This F4, how he exploited this move, let us see. That's why opening up the king's lines, especially F4. F4 is also known as a golden pawn. So you should be very, very careful while playing this move. It's played on the 6th move, and let us see how this move is the cause of the downfall of the white game. F4, C5, C3, knight C6, knight F3. Simple development of minor pieces aiming towards the center. So this type of development is known as developing towards the center. Queen B6, castles, knight H6. His intention in most of the cases in Caro-Kan, if you block this bishop C1 and this diagonal C1 H6 diagonal with the pawn on F4, the knight can come to here. So you are giving another chance of, because natural square F6 was occupied by, cannot come because it is controlled by the E5 pawn. So he developed knight to H6, then he will come to F5. Here B3 was played, intended to develop, since this diagonal is blocked, this white is intended to develop this bishop through A1 diagonal, A1 HA diagonal. B3, C into D4, C into D4, knight F5. So again attacking the center pawn. So bishop B2, rook C8, A3, preventing knight to jump to B4 square, knight C into D4. Here you see, although he does not have many forces, is because as I said previously, this since the F2 pawn is not there, so he utilizes that to his advantage. Knight C into D4. He captured the pawn. You think that although you see here this D4 pawn is attacked by 1, 2, 3. Protected by 1, 2, 3. So actually forces are equal. But what happens you see later in the game. Knight into d4. When he plays knight into d4, instead of capturing with the knight into d4, he will simply pins this. Then it's a trap, just like a trap. Rook d1. Now he captures knight into d4, bishop into d4, bishop into d4 check, queen into d4. Now comes the wonderful move rook c1. So if he capture this, he cannot capture with this. And if he capture this, then again he will lose the rook here. So that's how you see. If he capture this, then he capture this and says check. Then he will capture in the next move. So he will lose a rook. But if he capture this, sorry, rook c1. If he capture this rook here, then he will capture the queen here. But here, although he can rook c1 can come to rook c8 and check and captures the other rook, but here since first is rook this check is there, so he has to take care of this check. Then also this attacks this a1 rook. So that is how this move is very wonderful position. This is the backdrop of our f4 pawn. So king comes to king f2. Then now first he captures rook into d1. Still this is check. So in the pin, so he cannot capture this. Queen into b6, a into b6. King e2 attacking this. So it comes to rook c1, king d2. Then he moves to. You see, he allowed the king to attack the rook, and there is a two squares, the two files distance between the king and g2 pawn, so that now he can easily capture the g2 pawn. Now g3 is played. Then he played king d7 to release the other rook. Here a4 is played. Rook comes to rook c8. b4 is played. Then rook c1. Now attacking this knight. He cannot come to protect this. Here the English player, actually he is a German and British combined chess champion, Jack Mises, resigned here. That is how the game is played in 1885 first, but later Marcus Khan and Horatio Caro both analyzed this in 1886 and developed a new opening system, that is Caro-Kan defense. What happens is Caro-Kan e4 is, instead of in French defense we have seen e6, but here Caro-Kan, because by developing e6 you are blocking the diagonal of the light square bishop. So to avoid this, now here they made a slight modification: e4 c6 d4 d5. So here it is blocking the diagonal. f7 is safe and it cannot be attacked directly at the moment, but he concedes the center here. They can attack the center and get a tremendous attack in some of the variations in Caro-Kan. If black survives, then black will have a very, very good game. This game is played by so many people, and recently Gukesh Domaraju also won an interesting match against Levan Aronian. We will discuss those matches in the coming videos. First, let me see you e4, c6, d4, d5. Now here place there are four chances for the white. One is same way as in French. One is maintaining the tension by knight c3. Knight c3 is the maintaining the tension. Second one is attack. The attack consists of this is maintaining the tension. Second one is attack is e into d5, c into d5, c4. Actually, this move is kept Caro-Kan out of business for some years because so nobody want to play Carokan because of this line. Later, again, refutation has been found out. Then this Carokan is been becoming popular. Now, another method is e4, e into d5, c into d5, bishop d3 is the simplification method. Another method is setting up the cramped pawn chain e4, c6, d4, d5. Here c5, e5, e5 played by white. That's all in this video. Thank you all the new subscribers and all the subscribers and viewers of this channel. Uh, Please extend your cooperation. Please like it, share it, and subscribe it. Thank you very much. We will be discussing each variation of these ideas of simplification, attack, setting up the cramped pawn chain, all these lines in the coming videos. Till then, goodbye.